Good morning. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Susan. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go so I can read because I definitely won't be reading from the screen today. So here's the funny thing. I'm going to let the light shine in now. Oh, yesterday I left my sunglasses in my mom's car. So today when I took Nino out the first time, the sun was out early. It's kicking my eyes ass. It is kicking my ass. So it doesn't matter if it was a wake or bake. If I didn't, my eyes right now are irking me. And I'll just have to get my sunglasses back. And my mom is coming back out this way tomorrow. So I'm like, oh, don't make an extra trip. And then even if I wanted her to, she couldn't because today she's having going to the dentist about her tooth. So, and of course it's bright. Look at all that sunlight coming in the room with half the window open. Oh, but other than that, how are you guys doing? I don't want to come on complaining. It's not even complaining. I guess it's an answer to anybody who's interested. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Susan. Hey, Emma Lou. Hey, Selfie. How you guys doing? How's everybody? So yeah, so yesterday, I went to my cousin's funeral. Rest in peace. It's always hard to say goodbye, but it's real hard when we letting go of the young ones. No matter what the situation, I just always really think when you're young. I mean, any of us, even if we're my age and older, every day you wake up, you can make a change in yourself or fix things. You got time for it because you woke up another day. But when they're young, it's like they don't even realize that clock. And so that's always even sadder, the cries of a mother, the cries of a parent, the cries of a father when they lose their child, the cries of the siblings yesterday. And then for me, it was just family. And then I came home and I just, thank you to all the love, all the condolences, all the, you know, text, anything. Thank you. That is beautiful because what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So I definitely enjoyed that. And it made me start thinking about this thing called love. My, what was my love language? I think one thing, So then I took the test. I took the test. I took the test, y'all. That's why I put the link up and said, hey, take this test. See where you are. Because let me tell you something. I guarantee my love language was different when I was 20 than it is today. You know what I mean? I done been around the block of this thing here called love. And to be around the block in love, you got to know how you need to be loved and how you love. You know what I mean? You have to be able to know all of that and be confident in you to know that you are enough. I mean, it changes because there's this time when you might know, man, it don't matter if I'm a bubbly hot mess. I'm hot. I'm fine. I'm this. I'm that. You know what I mean? I got the package. I got five punani. I'm whatever you want to say. You could live off that in your 20s and whatever you want to do. When you get a little older and you start looking for a certain kind of love or desiring this kind of love from somebody, you got to not only be willing to give it, you got to know what it is for you. What is your language? What will you need? Because, see, one thing I know, even when I took the love language test, I'm going to get to it, but y'all know I got to babble. When I took the test, one of the things that I know that if this is my love language that makes me blossom, that makes me grow, then I know when it's the opposite, it's what makes me down. It's what puts me, what puts a wall over me giving out my love tank. I can know my love language and still be so reserved or blocked or protective over my heart. Like I just can't let you in there. I can't let nobody in there. Matter of fact, you're getting too close. I'm gonna need you to back up because you're getting too close. So here was my love language, guys. La la la. Oh, thank you, Marianne. Hey, Big Bad Wolf. It's just not having the sunglasses, but I mean that's gonna put a strain because now I'm completely outside with nothing over my eyes. So even in the sun, I have to take knee out. I have to go outside, so it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change. But that's why I tell you, I'll explain it. I am a smoker. That's a fact. I'll explain. So it's either gonna be smoking or it's my eye. It's gonna be one of those two things. And some days you may catch a combination, but that way nobody gotta go and inquire, you know. But trust me, when it's something extra with my eye, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. But usually you'll know that one because it'll not only just be low like you high, or red like you high. It'll kind of, I don't know. To me, it just seems lazier. Like it's not even when I blink. It's just we're not talking about that. We're not here for that today. We're not here for that today, y'all. We're not. I'm here. Hey, Big Bad Wolf. That's what we're here for. But thank you, Marianne, for loving and noticing, and Karen, and everybody else. But yeah, love language. So let me tell you guys what mine was when I took the test. So even when you take the test, the love language quiz or the test, it's gonna let you know that the truth is you have percents in all the one of the different five. You're gonna have percents in it, but the one that's greatest is the one that's your love language. So the other ones will tickle your fancy, don't get me wrong. So mine's was words of affirmation. And I was like, really? So it says, actions don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. Hearing the words, I love you, are important. Hearing the reasons behind the love sends your spirits skywards. Insults can leave you shattered and are not easily forgotten. You thrive on hearing kind and encouraging words that build you up. Now, what makes that beautiful to me is it explains why before I didn't even believe a compliment. I didn't even believe something like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just coming real and from the gut. I didn't believe no compliments. I thought it was condescending. That was my idea. Like somebody was trying to throw some other insult they wanted to say, or some rude little remark that they really were thinking. You know what I mean? But I couldn't. And also there were times when I did things good, and I wish that people spoke on them. Like if I did something wrong, I wish, you know what I mean? I wish that was the conversation. So it makes sense that it is, and I would have just, I don't know. I don't know. Cause now I'm sitting here honestly thinking but then I always tell people, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's been times in my life where almost people liking me, truthfully, I'm talking about since I was a kid, seemed bad. It seemed wrong. So I started getting real guarded on who I let close to me. Because 1 minute it'd be cool to come around with Danny and hang out with Danny, but then if everybody liked Danny or Danny could get along with everybody, or people don't dare let somebody be saying, "Bring Danny back." Tell Danny to come back over there with you. Oh my goodness, seemed like it made me bad. And then I started noticing what envy was. So sometimes it wasn't even cool to be yourself. Then you start guarding yourself. I don't want to come in the room and somebody say that I thought I stole it, or I thought I didn't. I didn't come to steal it. I ain't come to steal the room. I didn't come to steal no friends. I didn't come to steal no subs. I didn't come to do none of that. I come in any room and let anybody know that they all are equal to me. Like I just came in the room like we all equal till you decided to separate us. We all good till you decided it was bad. And I just became like, but that wasn't nope, that was fake somewhere. That was, and not even talking the real world making it fake. It was almost like, I don't know. So compliments. Then we live in a real world. Sometimes you don't get compliments. You get double-handed compliments. Like, oh, you look so nice in that, but be careful because you ain't gonna fit it soon. Or, just You live in a world where you don't know if when somebody's saying that's cute, they really think it's ugly. So to find out that that's what really, when you break it down, that's my love language. That's why I said it's even a little guarded when I think about why. I mean, it's hard to believe words because I had to stop. Words have power. They do, they do, they do, they do. And you even see when I read my thing, it says that when I hear negative, it live in me. So it's almost like at one point I started wanting to not even hear the good because I was like, shoot, maybe that'll make me not even care about the bad. It's almost like when you tell somebody, oh, I'm that girl that don't need no flowers. You know what I mean? I'm not that flower girl. Flowers die. They don't even live, so I don't need them. But then you that girl, when you watching something, somebody gets serenaded with flowers, you think to yourself, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, I wish somebody would do that for me. Ain't nobody never did that for me because I left the door closed. Just because I didn't want to, have to be sad because I didn't have it. So I wanted to not care that I didn't have it. I want to be like, I'm bumping. I don't care. If I have it, I have it. If I don't, whatever. I don't need no this because I get myself flowers. I want some flowers. A lot of women independent because they didn't want to sit around and be the ones who never got some dude to do something for them. So, you know what I mean? They didn't get that. And some women messing with the biggest money makers in their neighborhood, their town, the state, the NBA, whatever, and he not getting you shit worth your value. You couldn't ask him to pay you nothing. Didn't Superhead write the book and let us know that? Some people get nice bags and outfits. That ain't paying no bills. That piece of ice just flew up my mouth. You can't I can't go pay for that with that dress. Hold on, landlord, come take this bag. And even if I give him the bag, now I just gave you this expensive ass bag. How many months of rent did that do? Did that cover a year? Please let me know. I need to know. But yeah, for my love language to be that, I'm like, Let me see if anybody in here been telling me what their love language is. I'll talk fast and try to slow it down. And then I have these, I can't say words, so I don't embarrass myself to even say them. So sometimes I'll say something and that's automatically the words you would put there. And I'm gonna pause because I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta put something else there. Because I'm not about to sit here and break this word. No. And I'm not worried about nobody else trying to embarrass me about it. I'm talking about how I feel. Hey, crazy cat mama. How you doing, sis? Have a great day. Oh, on the road, listening to music. That's when music eats my soul. Oh, I love music on the road. I think I could do a road trip if I did it by myself. I think I could do it as long as the music was with me. As long as the music was with me. So if I say, hey, music, let's get happy, we got happy. Hey, music, let's get back in memories, let's go there. And if the music was with me, I'd make it. Like I wouldn't be alone. I learned that you're never alone. You know why? Because your thoughts. That's what I'm like. It's so funny when you open in love's gates. People think I'm trying to live in some peace. Oh, I must. Well, yeah, I guess I think I should have been a hippie. If I was born back in the day, I probably would have been that. On being free and all these other things, I probably would have been like that. But a new age one, even back then, because I followed to the beat of my own drum. But I just think of how when we talk about the pain and how it had you angry and stuff, how it also blocks you from love, like taking love, receiving love, giving love. It blocks you from that. It limits your love. Like, oh, you know what? That's enough. That's enough. These people, you know what? That's too much. That's too much. It make you question your love. So when I'm starting to open it and I'm okay, let me take this. I know what it's gonna say. I did this a few years ago, and I understand it's different because what I know makes me happy. And when you've lost things and you realize how short time is, you really don't, that other stuff don't matter. It just don't matter. You think about what is important. What am I going to remember? I want to remember the things you said, the things I said. That's why giving people their flowers, the flowers you giving them this time come in the words you say and letting them know what they mean to you, letting them know why. And I used to always tell anybody, if they came and told me, Danny, oh, I'm in love with you, I'd have to ask them, what do you love about me? Because it's easy to say, and I can have love for you. But, oh, these love languages. Y'all don't know. Y'all think I'm just saying some shit. I'm just making up some. Yeah, and that's nothing, because I've been there too. What you know about pain? Because that's somebody measuring pain. I'm not here to measure pain. I'm here to recognize it. I'm here to say, I know what it feels like to not want to get out the bed. I know what it feels like to not trust anybody and want to let them in. I know what it feels like to open up and let your guards down and somebody knock you right out for what you was guarding. I know what it's like to say, I got to take a pause, because if I don't, I swear I'm going to never love again, because there's no way I'm going to trust that somebody loved me back. I know what it's like to think, what's wrong with me? There got to be something wrong with me, because I just can't see to make it work, and everybody else can make it work. And how the hell are they making it work when they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and they and they doing this and they doing that, or they don't even appreciate love, and I can't even get it the right way. I've been in all these places, and this place right now is just different. This space, this thought, this knowing all of it comes together to make the greater, you know, to make, uh, to make a greater me, a greater friend, a greater sister, a greater daughter, a greater mother, a greater grandmother, a greater person. And to know that if I ever think that the flaws is what make me, nah, that's what make me better. That's what make me better. Even when you think about how you were born, if your nose was bigger, if you have a unibrow, you can actually shave it, and you might do that more than ever. But hey, that's something you can just fix yourself if you just want to, or you can live, and that's who you are, and that's what makes you. I have a birthmark on my face, and I remember being so ashamed of that for a long time. For a long time, being so ashamed of that. And I realized one day it's not me that's ashamed, it's what I think other people think about it. And once I stopped taking power in that, I just didn't care. And sometimes I truly forget I even have a birthmark on my face. But it's learning to do that. It's learning to show the younger girls that they are beautiful. They are beautiful. It's some people out here messing with their face, their self, because everybody else talked about it. You didn't like it. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired of hearing the jokes about my chest being flat, whatever it is. And so that changes my love. It changes my love language. It changes how I take. Just thinking about all that. When I took the test, I just started thinking about all that. And then yesterday, being, the fact that you also are, saying your final goodbyes, and like my brother always says, this is just a shell. This is just a shell. And it's time that it moved on. But when you're doing that, it just makes you look at life different. But you have to hold on to the good things about those thoughts you have in that. Like, it make you appreciate everything more. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. So that's where I'm at. Now that's why I was like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do love languages. We're gonna do love languages. Because in knowing my love language, to get to the relationship part where it's me and a spouse, me and my boyfriend, whatever, me and my lover, I have to know what I want. And then I have to be willing to give, and I have to learn that person's love language. So if you're in a relationship, I don't care if you've been in it 20, 30 years, it wouldn't hurt for you both to take it, because you may even learn that their love language changed. And it's different because life is different, their mind is different. And so it's good to know, because the truth is, if I could just take a test and it could tell me that much your language, then at least I know how to start taking classes for that language. You get what I mean? To learn how to speak it. And if I knew how to speak it, then I'd just go and speak it with you. And I'd start small. I'm not gonna go crazy, because you have to start where you willing to where you start is where you'll finish. So I just want to start good and letting you know that I'm willing to speak your language too. And you may not know. Shoot, somebody you're with might not know your love language. They might think it's you like gifts. Who don't get excited when they get a gift? Who don't get excited when somebody bought them something and they didn't have any clue, or it was something they really wanted? Who don't? So they might think, oh, that's your love language. No, not really. I like gifts. That's my human language. You show you show me the man or woman who doesn't. I mean, but that's my human language. But yeah, so you never know. So, I, but I hope you all take it. I'm telling you, I had no clue. Let's see what y'all saying. Hey, Vixie. I'm so sorry. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Vixie. Big Bad Wolf. I'm so sorry if I was missing people. I said, hey, am I crazy? Hey, Paranormal Witch. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm just. Let's see what y'all saying now. Yeah, because you get guarded. You get guarded. You ever had, and usually, I don't know, I'm going to speak for myself. One of the two ways it'll happen is either with someone who was once so called a close friend, the so called ones. Because to me, if they really were, they wouldn't do this. So we have to know how to identify. But the so called friends and someone you're dating, when something that they were complimenting, like they have been telling you, like, oh yeah, that diet you're on is working, that walking is working, I could see it. Oh, that outfit looks better on you now. Oh, it looks the same as it used to when you were younger. Oh, those kind of compliments, right? Then as soon as you fall out with him or you get into it with this guy, he'll be saying like, oh, you need to stop wearing that outfit. That girl will tell you like, girl, diet it never worked because they hit you right. So now you never know. So now you never know, like, who's giving me a compliment and who's really, you know what I mean? Some little dig. Or they trying to feed what they know are my insecurities. So they're trying to feed it in a positive way because they know later they're going to throw it back. I just never know. So you start, but to me, I don't want to second guess. I want to take it as it is, and then time will show if it's so, and time will show if that's what it is, and I want to take it there. I'm tired. I was at that point so long where, oh my goodness, I couldn't take in compliments. I couldn't. That's why I'm like, wait, words of affirmation, because that's one of the things I blocked so much. Because I mean, people would throw things at me. Like one minute be people, oh, so congratulations, you got your GED, congratulations. Then later we get into it, and the first thing they say is, man, you failed your GED 3 times. How stupid are you? That's how people would throw back. It's just why when I even hear it on here, I'm like, I don't know if it's childish or if it's just the signs of, I mean, what we do at what we call battle. But what war are we fighting again for this kind of battle? Because sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what's the war? And when you hear the war, you be like, oh, I see why y'all fighting like that. There's no other way to fight. You know, that's the war. Because otherwise, if the battle is not fighting for a war, then I need to know what it's fighting for. For fun, for entertainment. Okay, I don't know. But words of affirmation, because like I said, I'm just giving my own story on. It's so funny. It just shows you how when life changes, the thing I blocked myself from the most was the thing I needed the most. It's why I felt so empty, and that's why I even tell you all on here, You don't know how much it means to me. The the kind words and the nice things people say. And I know it's from their heart. And then to know that they are truly talking about you. And knowing that I'm giving nothing but me and from my heart. I'm not, hey, whose story am I telling? Even right now, we're talking about my love language. I'm telling my own story. That's it. So this is me. Don't let nobody tell you who I am. So when I'm doing everything that I really want to do on this channel, as far as in building and branding and making something of what I believe in and producing things and showing you all that, and even doing things like when if I want to do a summary on this, have it as a news that comes on there. You know what I mean? But I want to give you an agenda. But before that, I want to give you me. I want you to know that. So that's not it. You don't have to see. Don't look any further. I'll tell you right here. And I'll explain why exactly who I am is who I am. Like I said, and one of the things, words of affirmation, one of the things that I really ran from, because all I hear is people on this side. You cute to be so tall. It's just like women and African American women, African women, black women who are said that they're cute to be dark skinned. I mean, just all these butts and all these. So it's like I don't even want these half-ass compliments. I don't. Because then you also think of all the things that people said that was the opposite of what these so-called compliments were. And you'd be like, oh, there's no way they're telling the truth. So now, to know that I'm there now means that I took my pain and empowered myself. Because before, my pain was definitely punishing me daily. It's no way. I promise you. I've took this test before, and I can't remember exactly what was it, but it definitely wasn't words of affirmation. It definitely wasn't. It definitely, and that's why I can go somewhere and be somewhere and not worry if people like me or not. Because I stopped caring about that a long time ago. And I started thinking a long time ago, like, it seemed like people just don't like you. They don't like you for being you. They don't like you with. And then there were some things that because of that, I became nasty or nastier. Because I got tired of trying to be me and somebody telling me who I was. Telling me what I was to be, what it was going to be, I don't have time. So I don't do that to nobody. And I was always scared of people's words. But right now, even negative words, I know how to bounce them. Because I learned how to, a long time ago, I learned how to just, this shit got to go in one ear and out the other. And the ones that hurt or stuck came from the ones that you truly trusted and loved. So sometimes it could have been a trust of a teacher. You know what I mean? A trust of a teacher. Now they say all of you dummies in a classroom. Because you have learning. You know what I mean? So either way it go, words. So for words of affirmation to be for me, to take it in, I had to learn how I took it away. How I wouldn't have said that or thought that. How. But it does. It does, because it made me also start thinking of these times or anytime when somebody I love said these nice things to me or the things that I said now and how much they mean to me. Because they confirm to me that I'm okay. You know what I mean? Not okay like, oh, are you fine? No, I'm okay. Like, I'm not a bad person. I'm not this I'm not this mistake. Everything I touch don't turn to mud. I wasn't forgotten. I wasn't unheard. Those are my roses. So it really made me think. So that's why I'm like, everybody should take it, because sometimes 2 years ago, I remember sitting in the heart of the pandemic at home, in the heart of your mental, in the heart of isolation, in the heart of thinking what about everything in life, because not knowing if you're gonna catch this thing and it's gonna take you out, it's gonna take your family out. You don't know what it's gonna do. You don't know what's really going on. And so it's just making me think about everything. And I remember honestly thinking, I don't know who I am. I done forgot who I was. I done put me so far back that I don't have a clue. Like, who am I? I know who I believe I am. I know who I wanted to be at this point, but I'm not. I know. Um, I don't know how I've gotten some places because I think my tunnel vision was to make sure that the kids made it. Like, and when I say that, that don't mean you always was the finance and you wanted to make sure that no matter what, they had them seats. So it didn't matter who financed as long as it was like just making sure that they are okay. And even making sure that, sometimes that when you think, oh, I feel like if people would have let me do this, it would have been this way. But you don't really even realize the part that they didn't let you do it that way because it wasn't worked out. You know what I mean? But then you saying, "Oh, with mine, I'm gonna let them do it that way," so they know that they had the opportunity. They had the, so I was lost. I didn't know who the hell I was anymore. I did not know how to really laugh. My insomnia was at its worst. It was at its worst, and I was letting everything go. It's almost like when you always picking up after people and you just think I'm gonna leave it here to see how long it stay, and then one day you look at your stuff and it looks nothing like how you would really have it. It does it all just y'all don't get me started. Don't get me started. Because just thinking about that test, I thought, wow. Remember that day when you was asking, who am I? What do I want? What is it I need? And the thing I needed the most was to start really addressing me and unpacking me and building me up because I had to put a real foundation, not a wall, but I had to build a real structure and foundation on myself so that I could know what I want, what I need, and who I am, and what I bring, and what, you know what I mean? What am I bringing to any relationship? I can never be perfection. I can never give you everything you want. I'm going to be flawed. I'm going to sometimes not be enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still figuring it out. But what do I bring? What do I bring? And the more I started learning, the more I can show you what I'm bringing because I can stand in who I am. Strong because the foundation is strong. So I stand in it strong. So I'm like finding out those things. That's what waters me. So now I know what is helping me to grow and knowing that I'm starting to put myself in the right circles of energy for my life so I can grow. So I can grow. And in my growth, I pray that I can help somebody else. So they don't have to go that place or they can come from that place or whatever it is. I just do. I do. The honest way, the from my heart way, the buck way, the realest way. You know how sometimes when you've been through something, you're looking for somebody who really know, who can honestly say, oh yeah, I tried, I failed, I came back. So you can know, okay, it ain't just me, or I can come back. It's hope. PT, what up, sis? I just saw you. Let me get in here. Yeah, know it. Well, yeah, that's it. I'm like, let me try to be a little hoe. But I had to come on here and talk about that. I'm separately the Biggie and Tupac because music is my life. So, like I said, anytime you see me bring up two artists, know I love them both and that I respect them. And truthfully, they're part of my life. I could tell my life with their music. I can tell you the song that changed what I thought of anybody I'm going to post because they are power. They are part of my life. They are a part of my character, my personality, my whatever, but they are part of my life. Always. I don't care who it is. I can name y'all the Cabbage Patch Kids album. You better believe it's a part of my life. But yeah, it's love. So this love language really got me thinking about love languages. It got me thinking, Mm. And how to tell where you are for you. Because only you'll know where you came from. So you'll know, like, dang, that's my love language. If you took it before, too, you'll really be like, wow. But we're supposed to evolve. That's all I can be. I don't know how to be anybody else. And that's the thing I'm trying to tell you, Emma. I done been me. I done been me. And it was never good enough. I done been me. And it was what you found out people dissed you behind your back about. And I ain't talking about no, oh, I've been me and you was out here. I'm talking about I've been me. I done said like, hey, I'm super hurt and I'm super in pain. And this is why, you know what I mean? Then one day you find out that's what people talk about you, not to your face, but they taking your pain. Like, is it the Inquirer? Is it the, you know what I'm saying? Is it the start of your information? I done been me. I done said, hey, when I was younger, I'm a teen mother. There's people who say, oh, she must have been around here running the streets like a hawk. I done been me. I done said, no, I'm not with my kid's father. And I have two. And there's people that when they get into it, he throw it to you that you got two baby daddies and they got one. I done been me my whole life. I don't know how to be nothing else. But you know what people are fake? When they're pretending like they have your best interest, when they're pretending like they care and they don't, they're waiting for your downfall. That's fake. That's fake. I ain't never been that. If I don't care about you and I see your downfall and I want to let it be said what I think, my opinion, or really my judgment, because a judgment comes with a downfall attached. So a judgment is saying she sleep around, she's gonna catch and die from it. Now put whatever you want in, she gonna catch. That's a judgment. Cause it puts a look how it put a downfall, a curse on you with it. My opinion would be she's sleeping around, something's going on about how she either feels, you know what I mean? Or something happened to her before. I hope not. And I hope if she's doing it, it's because she wants to. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But like I said, so I'm not here to curse nobody. Never been that. I don't wait for your downfall. I tell you, well, you live in life where you want to, and if that's a diss, we all should be living life where we want to. So if you living it anyway, to me, that's the way you want it to. But sorry, I done got off because I just always think about when people, even me, when we say I gotta be myself. That's all you better be being, please. Because I've learned, like I said, I've been myself. And it wasn't enough. So it has to be enough for you, is what I'm saying. It has to be. Just like people, I know people, I tell people all the time, you ain't got to tell everybody you smoke. You don't have to. But never sit in a place where they would be saying, like, I never knew you would have, because you standing so all on the fence about it. They don't even know what it is. Because even if you don't do it, I don't have to stand against it. I don't have, you know what I mean? Like, why do I got to be bad on it? This, if you smoke, that's I'm talking cigarettes, weed, whatever it is. But if you smoke so many things where we can't be ourselves, I'm not gonna tell people that. You done had thoughts about walking out when you was a parent, and you could when somebody said it instead of acting like it's something you never did. You could have had a conversation with them on. Not only did you do it before, think it before, but you thought about it afterwards and was like, you're so glad you didn't do it. Whatever it was that you did, but we could help each other. So that's the real I became. I became real where I was like, you know what? My life is my life. But it explains who I am today when I put it as a whole. And sometimes little things like taking a test reminds me of exactly how I got to this point. That it was a path and it went up and down. So like I said, it was a point where how could words of affirmation be something I look for when it's the thing I was like, who cares? I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. I don't care. You saying something bad. Oh yeah, she got 3 kids and she 20 years old and she not married and she got 2 baby daddies. She must have been this and she must have been that. Damn, y'all judging a book by its cover. But then later on, when I'm 25, people saying, "Oh my goodness, what you had cancer in your ovaries, and that's why you end up losing your ovaries." Wow, it's amazing that you ever even had kids and listen to your story. But had I been ashamed to tell other people or friends I knew sometimes when they were having problems, and I'd be like, "Hey, when that was going on with me, I had a cyst. I had a cyst on my ovary, growing out of my ovary." Nee, let let them walk. First of all, they in the hallway, not at the door. Let me mute this while he having a bark party, y'all. Cause he's too much. Sorry, but had I been ashamed to say that because you was sitting in a judgment, but I'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna tell people because you can help somebody out too in your story. I didn't want it to be what happened to me, and it did. And I wasn't sitting out playing, and there's no little kid. Let me have some kids because that's what I want to do right now. I genuinely didn't even know I could have children because when I had my first ovary taken out, I didn't even get a cycle. They were putting me on birth control pills, trying to even bring a cycle back. So as far as I thought, I was loose fruits and juice. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. And that didn't mean sleeping around. But people judged you like that. They judged you like that. So yeah, we can be ourselves in a world that's always gonna say you ain't shit. Negative talk don't move me. Matter of fact, I've also learned negative talk is really because people mean the opposite. They really scared you're gonna make it. They really know the power you're gonna bring when you come in that room. And so they give you the opposite because they also know that that's what you've heard so much that that's what's gonna hold you back. If I had a dime for every time somebody called me a dummy, growing up in the system in school, when I wrote, to this day, I see people there talk about, oh, people spelled that wrong and they messed up. You never know if somebody has, like, they could be, and I'm not saying, because trust me, I'm not saying I'm illiterate and I'm not saying something wrong, but you never know how many Americans cannot read and write. How many people come here from different, you never know what the reason, but we always shitting on somebody so to take away their confidence. And they won't say anything if typing is the only way they can do it. But that's all I've had people, and so many people do. So where you got to a point where I'm like, shit, you can't say nothing worse to me than what I think about myself. But I had to stop thinking that. I had to. So words of affirmation. So my love language is not a thing I ran from. That means I'm really growing. All that babbling I just did is to say that I'm really growing. I am really growing. I thank you anybody who is a part of the process and being there and seeing it and watching. Thank you. Thank you. I want us all to grow. I want us all to learn, and I want us all to see where we've also grown. Because there's things you've gotten better at. I'll compliment a buddy if they went from drinking 340s a day to 2. Like, man, I see you cutting back. Because they are. You have to be. You have to be. You know, Mariette, you already know Nino. Team too much. He said, who that out there laughing? Who's laughing? He's team too much. I left everything in my mom's car. I took off my sunglasses because they were on my head. And when I got in the car, and you know how you're sweating, and so I took them off, and I kid you not, I was gonna put them in my book bag, and I said, "Oh no," because I might have to put them back on. So at one point, I had them on my leg, and that's the last time I remember physically having my sunglasses. Ah, so I don't know. And then you know how you start worrying. So then I started worrying, like when I got on the train last night. Did you lose? Did you lose them in the train? Did you leave? Oh, one of those glasses aren't cheap. Like your first pair is free. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I get my second pair on insurance, but I just one, I hate losing things, and two, I've had these literally since the day after my surgery. It came with my package of things. I didn't start wearing them the day after, but oh, but I have a doctor's appointment coming up too. My doctor loves me. He'll probably give me a pair there. But if they have to be ordered, then that mean wait, and then that mean you have to wear the little ones that roll up, like disposable ones you get when you, if anybody knows anything about the eye doctor. And I can't stand those. They remind me of like the Dwayne Wade thing, Dwayne Wayne from Different World. And he wear the sunglasses over that bent up, but those at least were cool. These aren't. This is just like if I went to a 3D movie and they're not really 3D glass, and you unfold them and they'll cover your eyes, and they work great. Don't get me wrong, I'll take 1,000 pair, but so I'm hoping it's like I said, my mom had an appointment. And like most of us, everybody's stressed when you got an appointment, especially going to the dentist. Like, oh. But yeah, guys, so I just came on here. Look at Grady, Johnny. I'm never giving you a cheese it. Stop yourself. Um, but yeah, so I just came on here like, oh, I have to have a discussion about that. Because I did that last night, and then I literally laid there and just thought about, and it even took me back to before I built the wall. It made me think about when actually compliments did make me happy. It made me think about now the first time I watched Adventures in Babysitting, that at the end when she kissed the guy and then he kissed me, how I was so sappy about love that I thought stuff like that was just so romantic. And that's why I told you, like kissing is something deep, like being able to trust somebody and close your eyes, and just there's something in caring or liking them, or you know what I mean. And then there's the passion kisses you can have, and during sex, there's a whole different ball game of kissing. But like I said, I remember thinking like a guy gets. I honestly used to think that like if a guy gets a girl flowers and gets her roses and balloons or things like that, he really likes her. And back in the day when I was young, they used to have these balloons and you could put stuff in it. And people would put money in it, candy in the big balloons, teddy bears, your toys. It was all kinds of stuff in these balloons. And when I was young, I honestly thought I wish somebody would get me one who liked me. You know? You know? And since it never happened, I don't know. You just start realizing these were times when you decided, I don't want stuff like that. I don't want things that may never happen. I also remember thinking, I love love stories. I love a good romantic movie, or, I love love stories. And how I think a man just coming like, hey, pack a bag. I got a trip for the weekend. Oh, like that's something I want. But then I remember getting to a place where I was like, no shit like that's gonna happen in your life. Stop living in this Cinderella world and it doesn't happen. And those are fairy tales. But that also closes you off from realizing it does happen. and more common than you think. And it might not be, he said, let's take a flight. He might say, let's take a ride over to the Dells. He might say, you know what I mean? Someplace close. He might say, let's just go downtown. I got a room at the blah, blah, blah. He might say, let's go take a picnic. He might say, hey, let's go take a horse and you never know. You never know what my Prince Charming is going to, but when I'm not believing in Prince Charming, I'm never going to let none in, because as soon as somebody doing something nice, I'm like, oh, what does he want from me? Is he gonna try to steal my account, my information? He wants my social. Oh, does he think I'm gonna raise him because his mom didn't? He must be bad in bed. I just be making up stuff. I'm human, but it was because I was afraid. Honestly. My love language. Amazing. Amazing. These are so good. Now, funny, I've been a Cheez-It fan since I was a kid. So, many people might have ate these way before. But about a year ago, no, it wasn't even a year ago. It had to be within this year. I got the Snap sour cream snaps. It was like sour cream and onion snaps. And I was like, these things are delicious. And now it's funny. Original cheeses. I'm like, boo, boo, bland, bland. But I love the snaps. I love the snaps. Oh, it's hot today. It's another hot one. Oh, yeah. I love the snaps. Say they probably are, because he's always doing something. They're like, oh, that's Team Too Much over. That's Nina. They're like, hey, Nee. Hey, Nee, is that you? They say we always hear him barking about nothing, and they know it because they speak dog. So they like, oh, Nino is not talking about nothing. Somebody walked past and he was trying to see. It is. They pull us down. They'll get you. I'm telling you, those walls, those bumps in the road, those guys you love. When you talk about relationships, those guys you loved and you trusted, and they were lying, or they did you wrong, or they did something that's like, how can you say it that way, but be willing to do that or go to that? You know what I mean? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But what I've learned is most people do what was done to them. They do. They do. Now that's not everybody. Oh, hold on. Bark party. I'm like, they getting the garbage outside. But yeah, you do. And sometimes it's on purpose. You truly are doing it because somebody did it to you. Somebody did it to me, I did it to them. And then sometimes it's not intentional. It's in trying to so-called protect yourself. You start doing all the opposite stuff you did before. So if before I gave you a chance, now I give you no chances. If before, I didn't follow my gut when I felt it, now as soon as I feel anything, that makes it so. So, oh, I feel that he doing it, he lying, he cheating, he doing this, he like, because you'll go team, I know I did. I know I did. I can be honest. And that didn't help me. That didn't help me. And at the end, you got to ask yourself, anything you're doing, how is it helping you? How is it helping you? And what help can I give somebody if one day they look back and they ask me, what did you do in the situation? And I can only to be continuing by telling them what the situation was. because really I've done nothing with it. I sit in it. It tortured me. It's bringing me down. It's the reason I noticed it in you, because I just at least noticed it because I've been through something like that, but I can't tell you what I did because I ain't did shit. But let it bring me down. I want to be able to speak on it and say, hey, and here's the thing. I'm not saying what I did is what everyone should do or what they're going to do or how they will do it. What I'm saying is at least this was a way that stopped hurting me. I'm not going to give you, I'm not no therapist. I'm not no Messiah. Damn sure ain't no preacher. I ain't no prophet. I'm none of those things. But what I can promise you is anything I'm giving you won't hurt you. Oh, I started loving myself. Oh, shit. Danny out there passing out poison. You know what I mean? I stopped caring about what people had to say. Danny out there telling them wrong. Oh, I stopped. You know what I mean? Come on. What? I'm not saying something bad. Oh, you know what, y'all? You should listen to the song that makes you happy every day because it'll bring a different. Oh, she giving out the wrong advice. A bunch of people got sick off what she gave out. No, I didn't. Mm-mm. 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 So I'm not hurting nobody. Oh, she told a story about her life. Oh, she did some music pose. She brought up some things about good restaurants and things about her city that she loved. She cared about. Come on, I'm not doing something bad. And we gotta explain ourselves. I gotta explain myself more than people doing something wrong. Not, because I'm not. And that's another thing I stopped doing, explaining myself. You ever been explaining yourself? Oh, no, I wore that because I was going to do this and I didn't. You explained everything and somebody still tell you something different. I stopped explaining myself all the time. And know that I come from the heart. So what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And you got to know that I know what I mean? Like I said, I admit most of us fight wrong. You know, we're afraid. You know what I mean? But the biggest thing I'm afraid of is failing. Because to me, failing is not an option, period. No matter if somebody else think that my life is a failure to them because they wouldn't live it. That's why it's not their life. And that applies for everybody. That's how they should feel. I can't have somebody who this is not their life telling me how I should live it, how it should be, and how it's going to be. I can't. Because that same person, once again, won't be able to tell me who they are. That same person won't be able to tell me why they let things make them fall all the way apart. But yet they'll let nothing build them up. That ain't somebody who will tell me shit. Oh yeah, Emmylou, that's a good one. How you thinking? Get them before they get me. I used to think show up, I'ma show out. I used to think trust no one. Me against the world. I used to think all my friends are dead, which is another way of saying I just live for the money. The only thing I trust is the money. Yeah. It's hard to let people in when you live like that. I used to live and then we're not gonna last anyway. So I don't want to get too close. I got a boundary on how even close you can get to me. And sometimes those walls come up because some things will remind you of that. And you say, oh, for me, I have to protect me. It's me trying not to go back. And even when you know people, everybody's not transparent. Everybody's not going to let you know that, oh, no, you said this and I might have been laughing, but I'm going to go home and cry about it because I felt like you were insulting me. Most people can't say that. Because to them, that's their weakness, that people can get under their skin like that. And it's not a weakness, it's your heart, it's how you feel. I don't take nobody's feelings from them. People try to take mine. They had to try to tell me how to feel. And that it was wrong that I felt ways I felt. And that's not true. I'm not doing that to nobody. So that where you see me at is in a different space and place. And I can understand. I can understand people for who they are and what they are, and they still won't be able to walk all over me. And I'm not gonna walk all over them. I'm not gonna take advantage of their weakness because we all got kryptonite. We all do. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here and go eat some real lunch. That's what I need to do is eat some real lunch. I don't have any idea what I'm eating though, but I'm gonna go eat some real lunch. Check on my mama. So everybody, have a good day. Send some love out or how you doing to somebody. Let somebody know you're thinking about them. Call somebody who's been on your mind. If you can, go visit them at the grave if they're there. If they've been on your mind. If not, just do something that you think about them in a good way and what they were to you. Play their favorite song. Play their favorite song. Do something happy today. It's Friday. Eat your favorite food. Get your favorite dessert. I said, play your favorite album. Watch your favorite movie. Do something for you today. Something for you. And sometimes I even got to a place, y'all, and I'm going to say this too. I would even have a place where some of the things that were fun to me, people didn't like. So I wouldn't want to do them. Like I said, it was a point where people made fun of all the reality shows I watched. You know what I mean? So you kind of be like, oh, well, good thing I DVR'd it or whatever, because now I'm out. I'm not even going to talk about it because nobody likes it or they don't watch it or they're not with it. So when I found places that did, it was a safe haven. A safe haven for me to know that I wasn't the only one that was that deep in. So yeah, so like I said, all these things, being yourself and then hiding them because you're trying to fit in, not fit in, but make everybody else happy. And losing me, please, never again. Never again. But yeah, do something happy. So like I said, it's Friday. I will be back live today. Thursday is supposed to be me and my bestie. We're supposed to have a Thursday hangout day. We went to the concert last Thursday, the free concert in the park, and then we were supposed to barbecue. But because I had a funeral yesterday, we had to change our day. And so today I'm supposed to go down to her house, which is straight down, going to her house for barbecue. And I'm like, oh, with this sun. So I know I'm going to spend most of it sitting in her garage so I can be out of the sun. And once the sun goes down, so I just decided I'd wait till a little later, maybe go about 3, because then we only have a few more hours with the sun, then go early and be in the sun most of the time. But yeah, so that is my plans for the day, and I do plan to go live again. Right now, I don't have a time because it all depends on when I go out there and what time I'm coming back. So that is it. But this will actually be today has been the first day that I'll be going a whole day without these sunglasses since I had my surgery. I have not had one whole day because I've had to wear them sometimes when it was night. You never know, but they're good to have for whatever. If the lights change, if anything, so I might just also stay in. I don't know, but I will get back at you guys later. Love everyone. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Emma Lou, for having my back. Thank you, everybody, for coming up in here and respecting me and respecting each other. Thank you for giving love. Thank you for, thank you, Mary. Thank you for giving love. Thank you for loving on each other. So, like I said, have a good day, and I will get back at you later. Y'all should see Honey No laying in front of this window. He's so full of it. He's so full of it. Nee, you are such an actor.